Hey, what's up YouTube? Dan the Fix-It Man. Got another quick video here for you. Got a 2001 Toyota Avalon here with the check engine light on. So let's go plug in the code reader real quick and see what the codes are. So we just need to plug this into the OBD port underneath. You can see the lights go on there. So there's lots of apps that you can get for these code readers, but this one seems to work pretty well. This is the OBD Fusion app. All right, so now we're connected. Hit Diagnostics. All right, there you go. See, we got the P0171 and P0174, System 2 lean. So let's pop the hood and see if we can figure out what's causing that. 171, 174, that's basically letting you know that both banks of the engine are running lean, just lean fuel trim. That means they're probably getting some unmetered air past the intake. This is your mass airflow sensor right here. And a lot of times those will get dirty. But if you just kind of take a look over here, a lot of times these will crack or be loose. Looks like I might have found the issue right here. This is just a little hose, and it looks like it's broken off right here on the side of this plastic housing. See that little nipple is busted off. That's most likely where the air is getting in. That's definitely enough to be a vacuum leak. So that's just not big enough to stay on anymore. Well, I do have a lot of Avalon parts. I think I do have this little box right here, this little intake box. You know, you would normally just figure out a way to rig something or get a little vacuum hose splice connector and maybe just epoxy it in there or something, just make sure it's high temp, and that would work. Drill it out and put something in there. But I think I have this housing, I'm pretty sure I do. So let me go take a look and see if I can find that. If I do have it, I'm just gonna change this out just to make it easier, quicker repair. Now, it's not always that easy to find. Sometimes you've just got to really hunt around here on all of these vacuum hoses. I did show you in another video how to diagnose an evap leak. These hoses up here, they just get really brittle and start to crack and start to come apart. The ones that are going into the intake, however, if you have a major leak or something like this, it will mess up your fuel trim, and that's when you're gonna get that check engine light come on. Now, this will be the same for the year 2000 to 2004. After that, they switched it up and the diameters of these changed. So you can go look for something like this in a junkyard. The only reason I have this is because I've had a lot of Avalons. It's a great car. I've got some younger kids and I've got them driving them as well. It's pretty easy to work on and parts are pretty inexpensive, but I ended up with one where I bought a wrecked one. We took the engine out and put it in this car, and I saved a lot of those parts. I guess I'm a little bit of a hoarder, but you just never know when something like this will come in handy, and thank goodness I had it. Just makes this repair a lot easier. So I'm just gonna take off the hoses that are on here. We just have this one hose. I think I've already used these two hoses on a different Avalon because those intake hoses will crack. Of course, you can order new ones. This big hose here is cracked, so we're just gonna reuse this one. It's already there. I guess I should do the right thing, take this cover off and just make sure that this hose is also looking okay on the other side, make sure that it's not leaking. There we go. I think there's just some oil on this from when they were adding oil, maybe without a funnel, or spilled a little bit of oil. But overall, that looks okay. It's not cracked or anything. It's pretty stiff, but it's in better shape than this one here. These are all just Phillips or a 10mm. I just like the 10mm version. Just gonna loosen all these clamps. I'm just gonna loosen the ones that are attached to the plastic box here. And then we'll loosen this larger hose with just some needle nose pliers. I guess I'll take this one off just to give us some more room. There we go. Well, these two are loose, and that should just pull out. There we go. And here's our new little intake box. There we go. And just be careful with these hoses. You just don't want to break those and create a new vacuum leak. I like to make it so that all the clamps are facing up so you can easily get to them later if you need to. Don't over tighten these, you might end up breaking the plastic. And of course, our hose that was not on is this one right here. So we'll just push that on. This does not have a clamp or anything. Just make sure that that little hose is connected, and that looks good. It's a little shorter than it was. Oh, that's where it goes. Oh, see, this is what's happened. This little harness right here, this actually fell down. It usually gets clipped on right here. We'll just clip that in place. Well, there it is. That's the connection. Just wanted to show you now that it's all back together. We just got to put that engine cover back on. Just line up these holes here. There it is. Normally there's a stud here too, but it's missing on this one, so that's all right. Put the key back in. Got the code reader plugged back in. All right, so we need to reconnect. We're connected. So let's go to diagnostics, trouble codes, and now let's clear them. It's gonna say, are you sure? Yes. All right, codes are off. Done with that. Take out my code reader. And let's start it up. Turn it off first. Put the key back in and start it up. Check engine lights off. I left this on another friend's car. I left it plugged in and it drained its battery. So make sure you do take out your scan tool. And that's pretty much it. Now you do just want to make sure that you drive around still for a little bit to verify that that check engine light is going to stay off. Every car is a little bit different, but the computer has to go through a lot of its checks that it can only do at certain miles per hour, certain range of temperatures in the engine as well. You just want to let the computer go through its checks for a day or two just by running the car, driving the car around, just to make sure that that check engine light doesn't come on. There might be another leak somewhere that we missed. That one was very obvious. Hopefully that's all it is, and we should be good to go. So hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. I'll get a link in the description to some of the parts and tools used in the video as well. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck.